Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Now I'm making a lot of Sackboy videos, but there's another game I also plan on playing a lot as soon as it launches, which is Spider-Man Miles Morales. Make sure to subscribe for that walkthrough. It should be out 1 or 2 days after the game's release. Now I do want to cover a few things I want to see in the final game that may or may not have been supported by the current trailers we have. Okay, so first off, there's an overhauled combat system. We have to see some of the combat, and the Venom Blast really changes how it's going to work. However, there are a few, problems with it. It could be very overpowered. Are we not going to have superpowers anymore because of how overpowered Venom Blast is? How's it all going to work? I don't know, but it'd be really cool if they could overhaul the entire combat system. That would make the game feel that much more different than the original game. Number 2 would have to be multiple playable characters. So in the original game, you could play mostly as Peter Parker / Spider-Man, but then you could also play as MJ and then Miles. Obviously, play Miles mostly in this game, but really cool if you play as Peter. So we do that Peter for at least the first few hours of the game because he leaves for some car after that. Will be in the game, and we can play as him maybe for a little bit. Maybe we can play as MJ's like in the game. Play as Genki. Maybe we'll have another love interest we can play as. I don't know. Just somebody to play as that isn't Miles would be great. The original game had this from the PS4, and it was pretty darn cool. Number 3 is a bigger map. So we do know that the Harlem area, the original map, is returning with the Harlem areas where Miles is being overhauled. But I don't think that's good enough. I thought that's cool, that's good, sure. But you're basically giving us the same shit we've had for the past 2 years. Come on, I want a new map. Hopefully with the PS5's new power. I believe this game is on PS4 as well, so it could be difficult to do this. But have some extra areas, even through DLC or whatever. So have some extra stuff for us. Number 4, and this is a really important one, is tons of suits and customization. Now we're not going to get quite a few suits. They confirmed the tracksuit, a cat suit, which is the best thing in the entire game, the advanced suit, but his version, and a few other things. However, the reason why Peter Parker's games, Spider-Man PS4, has so many suits is because he's been in the comics for 60 years now, and he has more than that actually, and he has been in tons of different costumes, hundreds and hundreds of costumes he's been in throughout the entire comic, whether it's him or other versions of Peter Parker across the Spider-Verse. However, Miles has only been around for 9 years. His debut was in 2011. I read his mainline comic book series, and he doesn't change suits very much. He kind of stays in his main suit for most of the games, so I don't know how it's going to work. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how they're going to have tons of suits. The suits we've seen, nearly all of them are original that we've seen, so clearly in some acts going to put a lot of effort into making cool and original outfits for Miles at the same time. Does it mean we're going to get less suits? Maybe we could have some of the suits from the first game brought over, and he was in Spider-Verse, we had a few different costumes from there. Comics, he's only had a few costumes, but we can still take some from there. And then from the TV shows he's been in, maybe if we do that, we can come up with quite a few different costumes. But so far, I'm just like, nah, there's just no way. Hopefully they'll think of something, and yeah. Number 5, this is a really important one for me, is different tokens. So, we're getting tokens that are returning with the challenge tokens, but this time Peter's running them with Miles, so I guess we're not going to have to put up with bombs killing people, which is good, so that's always just me out. So it said Peter is running those challenges after he defeated Taskmaster in the last game with Miles. So Miles is running these challenges now, and you can play through those, which is really fun. Crime tokens are probably going to return, let's be real. That's a no-brainer. And maybe base tokens, but even though I want to see some new tokens. I want to see some new ways to get tokens. The ones I'm focusing on are the backpack and the landmark tokens. Those are the 2 tokens that make no sense for Miles to go with. Number 1, he is not a photographer, he has no interest in photography, whether it's comics or TV shows. It'd be really weird with just snapping pictures everywhere. Don't get me wrong, I want to see picture mode return. I don't care about picture mode too much. It'd be nice to return that. But it'd be kind of weird. And then backpack, so he is backpack, and you already collected them all in the first game. Or at least you probably did. I mean, we have to play the game for him to do that. But it's like, why? I don't know how it's going to work. But yeah, so just new token ideas. I don't know what they could be. But maybe just, I don't know, you find old web cartridges and you build upgrade web shooters. I don't know. Just something like that could be a whole lot of fun. And as a side note, as an extra one, I guess, is to give Miles a proper story. And Insomniac is very clear this is not a spin-off game. This is a mainline game with Miles in it instead of Peter, and they want to give him his own story. We do know the story is going to be a bit shorter. I think the original game was like 25 hours long, had a huge story. I think this game is only got like 15, 12 hours story mode, kind of similar to Jedi Fallen Order, which is fine. I'm perfectly okay with the smaller story mode, but I would prefer a bigger, more expansive story. That would be truly awesome. That is the end of this video right here. Hope you all enjoyed. If you leave a like, comment down below your thoughts, and subscribe. I want to hit 100 subscribers by the end of November, or maybe the end of the year. It was originally the end of the year, but I've been doing so well, I want to hit by the end of November. Maybe we can hit 100 subscribers by the time my Miles Morales walkthrough starts. It will probably start about November 13 to 14. Really depends on, I'll get the game at launch, but I have to film it and all that kind of stuff. The video takes time to make. Walkthroughs like that take a little time to make. So maybe not at launch, but a day or two after. Expect to see that walk will come up in your subscription feed if you subscribe. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. But for now, thank you all for watching. See you later. Bye.